Welcome to our Smart Manufacturing mini webinar series, where we will explore a specific solution along with relevant case studies and business successes during each webinar. For our first webinar, we thought it would be appropriate to review the best practices that will help you ensure a successful smart manufacturing journey. These best practices are more relevant now than ever, given that multiple surveys indicate that 80% of these initial projects do not move past the pilot phase. Polytron has demonstrated that over 90% of our deployments are successful when these guidelines are followed. I will touch on the most critical steps for best practices as shown on the screen. Step number one is always business drivers first. Focus on solving business problems, such as increasing throughput, improving quality, optimizing schedule, and so forth, and not just deploying the latest cool technology. Don't worry, there's opportunity to do both, but demonstrating early business wins will fuel everything else. Too many times we've seen a lack of focus on understanding the value that the project will deliver and how this value will be measured. Make sure you're selecting projects that can deliver measurable value. Ideally, it's projects that will deliver the highest value for the lowest cost. Typically, these first projects with the high ROI opportunities include increasing throughput by collecting automatic downtime information, going paperless, and inventory tracking, to name a few. The use of new smart sensors and IoT technology has made these projects even easier to cost justify. No longer do you need to implement a network and connect all of your data sources to start showing value. Our step number two is requirements and stakeholder alignment. This is one that we could spend a lot of time discussing. In short, making sure that all of the stakeholders and users understand why the project is needed and how it will benefit them is a big step in helping ensure success. It is also helpful to document the project requirements and use these to align the team on what the project will deliver. Lack of stakeholder alignment will easily make a project fail, no matter how successful the technology solution might be. All right, our step number three is people, process, and technology. As you look to deploy a technology-based solution, don't forget the impact it has on people and processes. The more stakeholders you have on board, the higher likelihood that you'll be successful. You want a team that is eager to embrace the new technology, to show value, so making sure that the people understand the solution and accept it is critical. We've seen many cases where the process remains unchanged after a solution is deployed that was designed to either improve or even eliminate the established process. Our step number four is technology stack development. When it comes to selecting your technology stack, less is more. Think long-term when selecting your technologies. Avoid picking a different technology for every solution when possible. Modern manufacturing operations platforms facilitate this with out-of-the-box best practices already built in. This avoids data silos that lack this native contextualization of the data to turn it into information. This is probably our biggest value add as we help manufacturers develop and implement these solutions long-term. Most projects take a very short-term view of the solution that is needed and then subsequently select a technology that only solves their immediate requirements with little thought given to future needs. This approach results in a new technology being selected and deployed for every required solution. So not only is this costly and time-consuming, but it keeps you from deriving the true benefits of digital transformation. So having as many of your manufacturing operations solutions on one platform provides many benefits, including lower cost, higher agility for deployment, higher user adoption, less maintenance, greater data insights, and much more. Polytron's approach is to understand the long-term needs, many of which are common across most all manufacturers, and then implement a scalable, flexible platform that supports your short-term and long-term needs while allowing you to start small. All right, our steps 5 through 10 are more self-explanatory, but there are some best practices for each of these. For example, when selecting which solutions to roll out, pick the ones that will give you the greatest bang for the buck. In this way, you can demonstrate a quick, high ROI that will fuel your future phases. Start small and expand, show value on a small scale. As discussed, few smart sensors in the right place can provide very valuable, actionable insights for making improvements. A smaller investment to demonstrate value means a less perceived risk, and therefore it becomes easier to start. We are currently working with a beverage manufacturer who is on their 14th phase of deployment, mostly fueled through this approach, and because they were able to demonstrate the business value during each phase. It's worth noting that most manufacturers have many of these low-hanging fruit opportunities available. It's just a matter of identifying them and then building the business case. I hope this short webinar was helpful. There are additional resources such as other recorded webinars, case studies, white papers, blogs, and other materials on the landing page you're currently on. Also, feel free to reach out with any questions or if you would like additional information. Thank you.